everybody. My name is Mary Kate. I'm going to try my best not to cry, because I find crying part makes it hard to talk when you're crying, so I think I'm going to be okay. Background for me, I just graduated from UGA last May, so it's been almost a year. I work at the Wesley Foundation, which is a campus ministry at UGA. I'm a first year intern there. Share my story. I don't know how to transition well to this. Growing up, I was like Christian, raised Christian, but I didn't really actually understand God. I remember being like so confused, and my understanding was that He was floated around the clouds and wanted us to do good things. That was about it. I was so confused. And so coming into college, I kind of didn't really know what to expect. I have always been a fun, outgoing person, but never partied in high school. But coming to college, everyone's like, Mary Kate, you're going to UGA, it's gonna be crazy, you're gonna go wild. And I was so okay, if you say so, I don't really know. So coming to college, I had really strange expectations, and I tried out the party scene, and I was like, oh my god, I hate this. Why does everyone say this is fun? I don't enjoy this. And so that just added to my confusion. And so freshman year, I actually had a friend. Her name was Amy Lee. She was the girl that passed away in the car accident back in August. And she invited me to go to Freshly. She got our whole freshman little friend group to go. And we went, and it was for the first time, someone told me that God is someone I get to have relationship with. And so I never had a moment where I was saved. It just happened progressively, and it was the best way I know how to describe it is I met God, and my options changed. Where I in high school, I had a lot of really broken, really hurtful relationships. And so my heart was pretty wounded. I remember telling a friend sophomore year that I felt the bruised fruit in the grocery store that you just throw away, because I was so wounded. And I also had really chronic anxiety growing up. I also grew up riding horses. I'm a huge horse girl. My major was animal science, and so but I remember being at horse shows, and I would just break down. I couldn't take the stress. My junior year of high school, I had to go to the doctor because I couldn't eat because the stress was so bad. And so coming to college, anxiety was just something I'd accepted for myself. Being hurt and incapable of healthy relationships was something I accepted for myself. But then I met God, and He changed every option. My freshman year, I went on a mission trip to Jamaica with Freshly, and that week I was free from anxiety, because I heard for the first time that God is someone that can free you. And that week, I literally felt it leave my body. It literally felt a burden left, and it was amazing. And I haven't had anxiety since then. And then over the course of the past couple of years, I've had so much freedom from fear of rejection and fear of abandonment. And God has healed my heart and freed my heart from all that hurt, and now there's hope that I can be in healthy relationships where there wasn't hope before. And so it's just the past 4 years, it's just this succession of where I had settled. God has come in and changed every option. Even with interning at Wesley, I said, I was an animal science major, huge horse girl. From the time I was in middle school, I knew I wanted to work with horses. And I had always known, all throughout college, I'm gonna graduate, I'm gonna go to grad school, do research, be a professor, do something. And my sophomore year, I was an advisement, and my advisor was okay, so graduating 2018. I was no, 2019. And she was no, you can graduate a year early. And so I accidentally graduated from college a year early. But it also was an accident. It was God. And where I had even settled for my expectations, for my future. I had good expectations for my future, a good job, all that sort of stuff, but it wasn't what God had for me. And I limited my options to grad school, career. And so graduating a year early enabled me to intern at Wesley this year, and that decision was like one of the best things I've ever decided to do for myself. And so like, yeah, it's just this like succession of him like changing the options and like freeing me. And even in like the past month, especially, I've had like this intense deliverance from like fear of abandonment and fear of rejection. And I'm like, I don't really know how to put it in words other than I just feel really free. And like really, it's just crazy. I was like about to cry during worship this morning, like everything that was happening during worship. And like what we kind of talked about after was like my story. Like I was like a slave to fear and like so entangled by fear and so entangled by hurt and like lies and anxiety, and God just like came in, and I like didn't really even ask him to. I just was like curious about him and like pressed into his presence, and like when he came, he just like healed me. And then final thing, so like thinking about like sharing my testimony, it's kind of funny because I was supposed to do this 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago, something like that. But in those past like 2 weeks, God has like radically changed my testimony. So I think it was cool. But so I also have lupus. It's like an autoimmune disease. And basically what my symptoms are, I just have like really chronic pain all over my body, and I've like had it my whole life. And I knew God was like healer, but I never knew like what it would look like to be healed, or if it was possible to be healed, or even if I like wanted to be healed. Like when you have a chronic illness, it's kind of something you get like attached to, and you like find your identity in. But the past month-ish, 2 months, God's been doing like a really deep work in me of like actually wanting to be healed for the first time, and like actually like letting him change the option of like I don't have to be like the sick girl for the rest of my life. Like I actually like have hope that like I can be healed. And so a couple weeks ago I got prayer at Wesley, and nothing really happened, but then like the week following after that, I was at these different like worship services and that sort of thing. And during worship, like all the pain was like leaving my body. And like after worship was over, the pain would come back. It was like during worship, and in a week it happened like 5 times. And it was like kind of overwhelming and like hard to process. But it's like he's doing it again. Like he's changing my options again, and like giving me hope that like I get to live a life that's like not only free of like heart pain or like all that sort of stuff. Like he heals mind, body, soul, and he's like done a deep work in my mind, and he's done a deep work in my soul, and like now he's like wanting to heal my body, which is like awesome. And yeah, I think that's my testimony. Yeah.